and the chairperson of the Association of Ugandans Living in Burundi, senior government officials from Uganda and Burundi, distinguished members of the diaspora, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me to welcome you to this first annual Diaspora Convention in Bujumbura. I thank you for honoring us and accepting to grace this important event with your presence. In a special way, I wish to express my great and sincere appreciation to the executive of the Association of Ugandans Living in Burundi and the entire community for partnering with the embassy to organize and make this occasion a success. This is a true sense of patriotism, love, and commitment to our country. At the outset, allow me to express my sincere appreciation to our hosts, the government, and the people of the Republic of Burundi for the fraternal relations that exist between our two countries. I wish to express and to appreciate and recognize the representatives from National Identification and Registration Authority, the Directorate of Citizenship and Immigration Control, Uganda Investment Authority, Higher Commission for Immigrations Burundi, and Burundi Development Agency for accepting to come and respond to various issues that concern Ugandans. I'm grateful for this opportunity to engage in a meaningful dialogue with the Ugandan diaspora community in Burundi, discussing the theme partnering with the diaspora for social economic transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, Uganda government prioritizes promoting and protecting Ugandans' interests globally with a special focus on supporting Ugandans, citizens like yourselves who are living and working in Burundi. The embassy is tasked with the responsibility of addressing the needs and concerns of diaspora community through such engagement. I take this opportunity to reaffirm that the government is cognizant of the fact that our diaspora members are amongst our best assets, sharing your skills, creativity, and boundless ingenuity. We acknowledge your contribution to Uganda's socio-economic development across various sectors, such as remittances, which have become a major source of our foreign exchange, investment in legal estate, tourism, and agriculture, among others. Ladies and gentlemen, the embassy recognizes that Uganda needs in Burundi are diverse, encompassing consular services, legal assistance, economic, social support, information, networking, reintegration support, among others. I'm pleased to inform you that the embassy has engaged other government agencies whom I mentioned earlier to attend to all your concerns. As members of the diaspora, you are crucial to Uganda's development. Your expertise, skills, and investment can significantly contribute to our nation's growth and prosperity. The embassy is committed to serving the diaspora community, listening to your needs, as well as protecting your rights and interests. We should clap for that one. Imagine. This convention is an opportunity to appraise the diaspora of steps that are being taken by government to transform Uganda and tap into our resourcefulness and potential to increase opportunities for investment and trade. Therefore, I wish to appeal to you all to invest home and to use your contacts here and other places to attract and encourage more investment in Uganda. Always think of your country first, because most of your relatives reside in Uganda. Before I conclude, let me thank all the embassy staff for helping and working tirelessly in organizing this event. Let us annually bring the diaspora community together for constructive dialogue. I thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you very much.
Can we give him another round of applause? Okay, Ambassador, we are very grateful. Now, Ambassador, I would like to make it clear. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. You can tell your friends, family that if they scan that code, they will see you and see what is happening today in the Uganda Diaspora Convention. Secondly, I was saying, Ambassador, that one of my tasks and one of my targets today, before I is to be somehow, I don't know, but I have noticed you're a man who believes in miracles, signs, and wonders. For those who don't know, Ambassador is also an author. One of the many things people may not know about you. Ambassador has written a number of books. For example, Blood of the Martyrs. He has also written The Agony of Power. He has also written Interceding with Jesus Christ. and he has also written Beyond the Hills, among other books that he has written. So he's a very distinguished author. And when I saw this title, Interceding with Jesus Christ, I said that this one has to be my friend before I leave. For two things. Number one, I want to go to heaven. And you have promised that you are giving us things that will take us to heaven. Number two, one of my intentions is to get a loan. And I think you are good security. I can offer you our friendship as security for a loan. Can we give Ambassador a big round of applause? Following his speech, I would like to maybe ask Geoffrey in just a word or two to tell our people who speak Swahili what Ambassador has said, and then we shall invite another ambassador to pick it up from there.
Asante sana, najua Kiswahili lakini sio ya mingi. Wenye walikana sikiliza, ambassador alikana tushukuru sana kwa ambao kazi nzuri mko mnafanya kuelekea wenye wako nasukuma pesa nyumbani, mnanunua vitu tofauti, na wenye wako hapa Burundi wenye wako nafanya kazi mzuri na kuleta skills. The word skill has disappeared. Amba hapa kusaidiana na Warundi wenzi yetu kwamba kazi tunafanya nzuri hapa. Tena amesema kama uko na vitu uko na jenga nyumbani, sababu wajirani wenyu weko nyumbani. Munipigie makofi ya tafadhali. Nimejaribu. Tena amesema amependa mshirikiano tuko nayo nzuri katika Burundi na Uganda, na kuna mbali kana uliza kama kuna watu wengi hawajui fasi embassy yiko. Alikana uliza mnajua fasi embassy yiko? Kasema anawakaribisha sana kwa hiyo embassy yenye meisha jengewa kusaidia Waganda wenye uko hapa nchini Burundi. Asante sana.
Can we give Geoffrey a round of applause? I think he has summarized it well. When the Russians come in, I'll also translate for them in Russian.
Yes.
Now, at this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, may we please make welcome Ambassador Herbert Chigole to talk to us about the role of the diaspora on national development. Ambassador, you're welcome. Come on, give him another round of applause, stronger.
You're very welcome, sir. Give him this one.
Yeah, thank you very much, MC. Your Excellency, Head of Mission of Uganda Embassy in Bujumbura, Ambassador General Charigonza Matayo, colleagues from Uganda, the Director, Investment Authority, Burundi, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. Okay. So, colleagues, in the interest of time, the address was a little longer, but I want to cut it short. First of all, I want to convey greetings of the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Vincent Bajire, who delegated me to deliver this keynote speech in his stead. And he says, greetings to you all. I am here to just give a keynote, which I want to paraphrase because of the time. But it is my duty to remind all of us here of the role of Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We are mandated to implement and manage Uganda's foreign policy with a vision of securing the nation with prosperous people. Our mission is to promote and protect Uganda's interests abroad. And therefore, the presence of our mission, of our embassy in Bujumbura, is precisely to do that. That's why we are here. We thought, as a way of an overview of our diaspora, we find it proper that you get to know that Uganda cherishes its diaspora with regard to its contribution to the transformation of our country. The diaspora has been on the rise over the past years, and the figures may not be exact. However, what we know is your contribution as the diaspora, that by January, in the year that ended December, the figures that came indicated that the diaspora had contributed close to $1.4 billion. That is, in local currency, that is close to 5 trillion shillings, and that is an immense contribution. So we want you to clap for yourselves. As a country, we recognize your contribution, and we really value your efforts. However, you also need to know how this contribution is distributed. For now, the facts indicate that the biggest share of this contribution comes from United States and UK, who contributes approximately 40% of the remittances that come into the country. And then we have the Middle East, where many Ugandans go to work in homes as domestic workers, and the Middle East contributing 35% of the remittances, while Kenya, who is our closest neighbor, contributes 7%, the remittances from Kenya. The rest, including our diaspora in Burundi, are contributing 18%. That one throws a challenge to us that we need to step up our efforts, but our analysis revealed that UK and US beat us because of the caliber of the personnel that are remitting. The caliber is mainly constituted of doctors, teachers, accountants, lawyers, engineers, high-end skills that have been exported there. And secondly, that it is more streamlined. Remittances can be tracked. There's no hand delivery, so these can be tracked in the system to know how much came in. The other category of the Middle East, as we said, they are semi-skilled, and many of them are in domestic work. But the beauty about it is that their money can be tracked, and we get to know how much has come in. Therefore, we encourage that we streamline our remittances, but also endeavor to upskill, to get more skills that will help us bring in more resources. Now, I want to summarize what, as a ministry, we regard as your key contribution towards national transformation and development. One is to do with the remittances. As I earlier on alluded, the money that comes in is very valuable, but also the issue of skills. We urge that while you are here, you aim at upskilling, so that when you come back, the skills that you come with can also be used to propel our country forward. The other area is the issue of direct foreign investments in form of monies, capitals that come, that as you are here, explore partnering with investors who can come and do investment back home. The other area is the issue of markets. When you are here, we want to urge you to explore the different markets which can be used, or which you can seize for the good of marketing our goods and services. which we produce. And we are aware that the population of Burundi, which is about 80 million, is also in the neighborhood of South Kivu, which is about 12 million people. We need to venture into that market and expand the marketability of our goods. And then the other area is the issue of employability, the image which you create as the diaspora should be that which enhances your employability, to encourage employers to yearn for more Ugandan employees. So the character is very important. Now, what is our role as a ministry? As a ministry, ours is largely coordinational. And our embassy here is also exactly to do that, to make sure that we coordinate with the relevant agencies to make sure that you are served properly and you are facilitated to do your job. Therefore, our role involves mobilizing the diaspora into organized teams and networks, just like the embassy of Bujumbura is doing today. I want to request you to clap for our ambassador here for the job well done. We mobilize you to make sure that you are organized, and I also want to thank the chairperson for mobilizing such a big turn-up, Mr. Bogere. We want to congratulate you upon this number. Ambassador, you seem to have been worried that these are kids, these are adults. My scanning shows that actually there are many Ugandans who have turned up, and I want to congratulate you on that. We also are supposed to identify potential partners who can support the diaspora in effective management of remittances. So when your money comes home, our duty is to make sure that there are partners, there are organizations that can help you to effectively remit your money. Because it is a challenge. Many diaspora have been ripped off. You work hard, send money home, thinking that it is being taken care of, only to return and find your brother disappeared or bought the money in the land in his names. These are challenges. So what we are trying to do is to identify as many organizations, including UIA, who are already with us here, to guide us on what investment opportunities there are. Banks, which banks can you collaborate with to make sure that your money is safely delivered? What other investment options like bonds, treasury bills? These are all areas we can improve upon. I want to believe that in the next diaspora engagement, we'll have more of our Ugandan partners who can work with this diaspora to grow their efforts. The other area is to make sure that we have a conducive investment environment. And that one will be elaborated upon by my colleague here. As a country also, we organize joint permanent commissions with countries, and I don't know whether we have one with Burundi, where we have agreements, including trade agreements, symposiums, so that you people can be exposed to opportunities that there are, and then you can be able to seize them. We also engage the relevant agencies to address key detractors for effective remittances. One of the challenges we've identified is the high cost of transfer of funds back home. Research has shown that the cost is between 8 and 10%, which is way above the UN Sustainable Development Goal targets, which is supposed to be 3%. So we are trying to engage with the key actors, especially the digital platforms that help in transfers to address this concern. The other area is the issue of low financial inclusion. Many of your relatives back home have no bank accounts. So you have a problem of remitting. So what government is doing, or what Minister of Foreign Affairs is doing, is to engage with the relevant ministries to expand the coverage of financial institutions, but also manage, making sure that digital platforms are properly aligned in accordance with the laws governing financial management and banking services. So we make sure that financial inclusion is expanded, and also the issue of financial literacy and investment acumen. We are trying to see how can we, our people, because the challenge is you work hard and then you send money back home, it is not properly invested. So at the end of the day, when you want to come home, you have nothing to start from. So we want to say, we want to make sure that our people, the relevant actors, enhance the skills of our people in terms of investment, what investment opportunities, how can such investments be better managed. And the other issue is working with our sister countries like Burundi to make sure that credible partners are identified. I had the chair here alluding to the issue of being ripped off by partners. When the business has taken off, now the Burundi partners, some of them, turn against their colleagues and kick them out. And they go up. So we have a duty now to engage with the director here to make sure that this is addressed, such matters at high level, and we continue engaging. So these are areas we have to work with. So I think as the ambassador is clapping, you also need to clap because you are the victims. You are the victims. So we will be, and I've already taken his number, because these are areas which we need to keep engaging. And of course, the issue of skilling is an area we are trying to get involved in now. International Organization on Migration has picked it up, has identified this area as a gray area that many of our diaspora people lack the necessary skills. When they come back with their money, how to deploy that money is an issue. So there is a whole project under the Ministry of Gender that is being set up to ensure that returnees are helped with the skills aligned to their interests of business, so that when you come home, you have a good entry point and is cost neutral. You don't have to pay money to be skilled when you come. I talked about the issue of engaging with the financial institutions to reduce transfer costs and the issue of promotion of financial inclusion. I want to meet this gap. Now, what is our expectation as government from you, the diaspora? We, of course, expect you to remit, your resources back home for economic development, but also for the welfare of our people, and also to invest in long-term investment. The second expectation is we want to improve interstate trade, the trade between Burundi and Uganda, facilitated by yourselves. This may include establishment of partnerships and collaborations with the credible Burundi nationals. 2, we expect you to leverage on the tax holiday that has been extended to local investors. The government has put a tax holiday, which they use to give to foreign investors. It's also applicable to you. So we expect you to leverage on this and start investments back home. The other area is the issue of skills and knowledge transfer. The skills which you acquire here, we always seek that you transfer them back home for national transformation. And then we want you to advocate for Uganda's interests and image in our host country. When you are here, the image of Uganda must not be dented. So we want a positive image. we want you to conduct yourselves well, and in all cases, endeavor to portray a positive image of your country in the host country. There are some countries where the diaspora is fighting their own country. You are in the diaspora, then you are painting a bad image that there is trouble, you tell lies, and then investors fail to come home. We are saying we urge you to positively project our country in the host country. And the other area is the issue specifically we want you to say is markets. Says markets for Ugandan products, for us to be able to diversify our regional presence in terms of marketing our goods and services. And then we want to remind you that you came here to find a fortune. Seek and work hard for it. You do not leave your home to come here and languish around. You work hard, manage your resources well, so that when you come home, we'll celebrate that you really went to work. And then avoid behaviors or situations that could put your safety, your job, and investment in jeopardy. So when you are here, don't avoid being on the wrong arm of the law. Be of good conduct, such that your business, your job, but also your person is safe. And lastly, be Ugandans. Be your brother's keeper. You get me? Muntegete shembagamba. Muri ba Uganda wano tetujukirawo mu kyoli, tetujukirawo mulango, tuli baki? Mbabudde babita babaganda wano. Wano bamanyi baganda, tebamanyi omuteso, tebamanyi omukyoli. So when you are here, you know, back home kankogerera mu Luganda. Abasomali mubamanyeka. Okwatako omu ababona bajja kusulawo. Okutusanga bamukoze eki? So we want you to be one, be your brother's keeper, work together and secure one another. So in conclusion, government recognizes the critical role played by the diaspora towards national development. Government, through its Ministry of Foreign Affairs, is intentional about facilitating and supporting the diaspora in its efforts geared towards contributing to national development. It is therefore, government sometimes is at pain when the hard-earned money is not rightly invested or finds its way in the wrong hands. So we want to urge you to work hard, care for one another, avoid being in trouble, as we also back home look forward to fixing any impediments that may impact on your productivity and investment. I thank you very much for God and my country. Thank you.
Can we give him another round of applause? Ayogedde ku bintu ebinkutteko ekisooka wano omuwulidde Geoffrey we yabadde atranslating batuyita baki? Batuyita baki?
Baganda.
They don't know whether you're from Tororo, they don't know whether you're from Palisa, Hoima, no. You're a Ugandan. Okay. So tukume obumu. He has also said, avoid breaking the law.
The law.
Yeah? Avoid breaking the law. Wajja kukola, wajja kuyiriba. Keep yourself safe.
I love the part where he spoke about us finding very legal ways of sending back money so that we are not ripped off. Nti bosindika akasente ko ewaka, nti baganda bo tebakalya, nti organization etaddewo ebitongole ebisobola otuyamba, ndowooza abadiaspora bangi bakaaba nti sente bazisindise waka muganda wawe
ogenda okudda
nga tewali kiriwo.
Now ladies and gentlemen, on 6th July 2025, if you have a pen, mark that date. Ennaku z'omwezi nga 6 ogw'omusanvu omwaka gwe tulimu guno 2025, we are going to commemorate the Uganda Matters Day
here
in
in
Burundi. Can you clap for that? We have noticed that many people who are in the diaspora do not get the opportunity to celebrate such events. So the community in Uganda here has organized under the chairmanship of Mr. Franco Baraza. Mr. Franco, can you stand up and wave? Give him a round of applause. He is heading a committee. They are organizing for the commemoration of the Uganda Matters here in Uganda. They have set up a desk at the back. That gentleman standing and waving at you.
Waving says if you have any contribution.
If you have any contribution towards that effect, please see him at the time of your convenience, and then we organize these commemorations together.
And I believe our Burundian friends will be able to join us, since we have a very huge Catholic community that relates with the Uganda Matters.
Absolutely. And many of them, I think, have braved the journey to walk to Uganda to celebrate the Matters Day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can we get up on our feet? Munzikirize mbasabe muyimirireko. Just get up on your feet. Stretch a bit. Stretch a bit, stretch a bit, stretch a bit. I think the breakfast is now starting to sit on us properly. Ndabya abantu batandise okutusabira. They are praying. Batusabira bagaddewo amaaso bayogera n'omutonzi. Just raise your arms. Aha. Both hands. Aha. Can you try to touch the heavens as far as you can?
If possible, look there too.
This is your chance. If you didn't pray this morning. All right. Get your seats, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, as you take your seats, I'd love to inform you that there are a couple of registrations that you need to do. When you're coming in, you did an online registration, which was necessary. But there's also another registration. There are pieces of paper going around that you need to register. All of you are to register that for the database of the embassy. We call it the consul registration.
Tuli baki? Tweddira ki? Yes. So please take keen interest in it. Tovaawo nga teweewandisiza. Aha. Very good. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite to speak to us the Directorate of Citizenship and Immigration Control to come and tell us. Many of us have been struggling. We don't have passports. We don't know which borderlines. We don't know where to pass. You pass here and they tell you, you have sneaked into the country. So we want to hear from our friends from Immigration, the Directorate of Citizenship and Immigration Control, Uganda Citizenship and Immigration Control. Lydia, you're welcome. Can we give her a round of applause? Oba toyina passport ng'engalo okuba ntono mbasi kutegeera.
Highlighted a challenge that we are having, that we are no longer using the documents. I believe she's going to help us address the few changes that have happened. You're very welcome, Madam Lydia.
Thank you, my dears. Ambassador Sir, Your Excellency, Ambassador Herbert, my colleague from NIRA, from Investment Authority, our colleagues from Burundi, I greet you all. Thank you for this opportunity. Bana Uganda, muli mutya, Banaye akasiko kaliwa. Eh? We are very glad to be here. As Ministry of Internal Affairs, the Department of Citizenship and Immigration Control, I bring you greetings, sir, from my bosses in Kampala. And we are honored for this opportunity that you've given us today. We are also honored for the organizing of this event, which is a good opportunity for us to meet such a number of Ugandans living here. I have a prepared presentation, but because of time, we'll run very quick and touch on the matters especially that I raised here. As a ministry, our vision is to ensure that we maintain internal security, peace and stability, that we keep encouraging all the time. And as a Directorate of Citizenship, we would love to be the model of excellency in immigration service delivery. We are heading there. We are there. Our prayer is to be with you, to move with you, for you to appreciate the services, to get onto board and make sure you access the available services. As Immigration and Citizenship Control, we do border management, facilitating and regulating your entry and exit into the countries. We all know that to come into Burundi, you have to exit our borders. We are visa-free for Burundians. I had an earlier concern of you people having to pay. Maybe that will be clarified by the Immigration Department this side. But when you go to our website, you realize from Burundi back to Uganda, there is no visa fee. We also ensure processing of your visas, passes or resident permits. In the case that you are living in Burundi and you have acquired the citizenship of Burundi, to be exact, all processes to facilitate you to come back home to and fro are also available online for passes, resident permits. Now this I will give a little highlight later. We also process your documents, which most of you want to hear: passports, the certificates of identity. I had a concern that you're not allowed to come into the country with them. We shall get the immigration this side. We also do investigation, prosecution, and removal of illegal immigrants. You heard Ambassador saying that when you are in a country, try to be on the right track. So this is also to encourage you that as you stay here, every country has its own policies. We are all East African community. We would love to be together, operate together as East Africans. Each country has got their own policies, so let's try and be on track. The same way, ensure that when you're traveling home, you have all the necessary documents. If you're coming in with someone from here, please be guided on what they need for their stay in the country. We also do verification, processing, granting and cancelling of citizenship, which we'll call revoking of citizenship. I am told Burundi may not allow you to hold two citizenship at the same time. So if you are Ugandan with the Ugandan passport, and for inevitable reasons you would love to acquire the Burundi citizenship, please be guided that you may have to go through the process of cancelling your Ugandan citizenship or renouncing it as required by their law. So please, as we take those decisions, let us be educated by the Burundian government to acquire their citizenship and what facilities are available for you to remain as an indigenous Ugandan back home. So among the types of citizenship, where I think most of us fall, citizenship by birth. Most of us, I'm sure, are citizens by birth. We've had Mulimutya, Murairemutya, we've had the Kopango, all of us here, like they earlier said, abasinga ekikutugata is kubaba na Uganda. Let us note that being Ugandan by birth, you must belong to the ethnic tribes that we have. You must identify yourself by the ethnic tribe you belong to. That's why they were telling you, if you don't remember your clan, if you don't remember where you come from, it feels nice even when you're out here to tell your colleagues, Ndi Muganda, Mva Masaka, neddira nte. You identify yourselves faster by that. We also have citizenship by registration. This doesn't apply to most of us. However, if you are to leave Burundi, go with someone who is not Ugandan. They voluntarily maybe stay in the country for a period of over 10 years. They can choose to be registered as Ugandans. That facility is available. We also do naturalization for people who have lived in our country for over 20 years. Someone left Burundi, to be exact. They have been living in Kampala or legally, and it is known they don't belong to any of our ethnic tribes. They can apply to be naturalized, and they are granted citizenship. Now, dual citizenship, where I want most of us to pay keen attention. We've had scenarios where someone comes, let me be exact because we are in Burundi, someone comes to Burundi. You acquire their citizenship for whatever reasons, because you'd love to stay here, maybe you want to stay here, you have had your children here, you want to be. If their condition is can't hold both, you must it has legally back home, or if there are any facilities that can be used in the country without revoking your Ugandan citizenship, those are some of the key matters you must pay attention to. Sometimes you get someone, they have maybe a national ID from Burundi, they also want the Ugandan ID. This is where you are hearing your leader saying, Tebatuisa bulungi erudde. Those bits, there may be a legal implication on it, so you need to study both. How do you apply for dual citizenship? You go to our website. All of us who have smartphones, I assume most of us have smartphones. Please, you can do all these processes online, your phone. .visas.immigration.go.ug. As I'm speaking to you now, please, you can try it on your phone so that you get to know everything you need. The requirements are all online. There are forms you can download and fill. You attach them, and it costs only $200. Legal requirements for dual citizenship. You are to be a citizen of Uganda and belong to our indigenous communities, tribes, as we commonly call them. You must be above the age of 18. We don't allow dual citizenship for children below the age of 18. This, however, commonly brings a question from Ugandans in diaspora. I am in Burundi, nzaddeyo abaana bange. You came to this country as an indigenous Ugandan, tukuyiriba, as they earlier said. Abaana bo, all your children below the age of 18, have a right of being Ugandans, processing the Ugandan document, as long as you have not acquired for them another citizenship. I don't know if that makes some sense. Most times we think, abaana bange mbazalidde Burundi, they are not Ugandans. The father of my children is Burundian. My children are not Ugandans. The mother, you are Ugandan. If they haven't acquired any other citizenship, those children still have a right of acquiring a passport and a birth certificate. Birth certificate may not be possible because they are born here. You'll have a birth certificate from here. But I think they can get a NIN. We also have an implication for dual citizenship. You can't hold some offices back home. When you are a dual citizen, you can't hold the office of the president. You can't be a vice president, a prime minister, cabinet minister, deputy IGP, head of any of the security organizations. So like I said earlier, as we seek to acquire citizenship of another country, please study the legal implication back home. It must be in your favor. You must also know that when I have acquired citizenship, I have another facility I can acquire home. But as an indigenous Ugandan living in diaspora or any other country, you always have a facility to apply for back home. The benefits of being a dual citizen: you have free entry and exit into the country. You don't have to pay to come back home. Ownership of property. You are free to own property in the country. Like the ambassador earlier said, you have acquired endagamuntu ya wano after you got the national ID. I don't know why most of us think that when you only have the national ID, you're not a citizen of that country. Most of you think, okay, they must only get me with the passport. The moment you come with your national ID from home, you come this side, acquire their ID or passport, you have become their citizen. Depending on the benefits it has, if you have denounced your citizenship That is where you may have an implication on this ownership of property back home. Kuba kiba kitegeeza legally, you are now Burundian. Those are examples we are just giving for each of you to think through them. You can also invest in the country, and you also have voting rights. Let me quickly run, because of time, to processing of the passports. I must note from the Diaspora desk in Uganda, Ambassador, we have quite a few walk-ins from the embassy. I am not sure whether everyone has renewed their passport. Has everyone renewed their passport? Do we all have the new passport? Some. We rolled out to the new East African passport from paper-based currently to polycarbonate in 2018. So years down the road, we expect all of you to be able to access the embassy and get a letter which you send back home to Kampala. It will be received at the Diaspora desk, and your passport will be renewed. Our systems are online. Again, we apply for the passport online. On our website, you go to www.passports.go.ug. This system is user-friendly. I want to emphasize, you don't need a broker in between. These systems are user-friendly. So submit your application. You will be issued a letter. Since you're not in Uganda, you will be issued a letter at the embassy. Please, in that letter, identify someone back home who will help you deliver the letter to the ministry, the Department of Citizenship and Passport Control. It has a Diaspora desk where your application will be processed. This is because we don't have an enrollment center yet at the embassy. Work is still in progress, sir. I know we shall get there. But for now, let's not stay with expired passports. My fellow Ugandans, let us renew these passports. Let us be updated. Let us be on point. Let us be on track, so that you don't face the other challenges you're talking about. Banyigiriza. Maybe the person is kunyigirizaring you because they know you don't have a document. Just have it. So apply for your passport online. You print out the form. You can choose the payment mode to use for paying, and then get the embassy letter and send it back home. I would also, in this matter, love to emphasize, when you are filling these applications, the information that you give us is what helps us and makes it easy for us to process your passport. They have asked you for your name. Please, if I came in as Lydia Namuswa, let it be Lydia Namuswa. We all know that if I entered Burundi and got married here, unless I have gone through the legal process to add my name, and I have a national ID maybe with my new name or my husband's name, I am not allowed to add on that name if we don't have any legal backup to it. So ensure that the details you're sending us are the same and in line with the document you use coming home. If there is need to adjust, there is of course a reason and legal documents in that matter. Ensure that you fill in your parents' details well. most of the applications that we see, some people decide to skip that bit. But I am Namuswa. They have asked me for my father and mother because we want to tell your background faster. Inze Namuswa, Tata wange is so and so. They come from this place. It tells who you are as a Ugandan by birth. We also encourage you, if possible, the person who you are sending to us to renew your passport should be that person who can quickly tell us about you. But when you choose a broker, someone who is not related to you, most times they don't know things or information about you. So this is to encourage you that when you're sending your application back home, let it be through a relative or close relative who can quickly give us answers about you and can stand in for you in anything. If I'm in Burundi and I have my biological brother, my parent, my mother, my child, why not put those ones in the letter? Because we belong to the same clan, we belong to the same tribe, it makes it easy for you. Like I said earlier, in case of any changes, please make sure they are backed up by a deed poll and gazette on the same. As a directorate, we are dedicated to continuously facilitating all of you. We are here to answer all your questions and concerns and to assure you that renewal of a passport is very easy. Let no one tell you that you need, the process is long. Please make use of the online system. Make use of the embassy. They asked people where the embassy is and they were just doing this. It is there. Let's make use of the embassy. All these facilities are there. You will be issued a letter. This letter is to confirm that yes, you are residing and living in Burundi. That is confirmed by the embassy. So if you don't go to them, it makes it hard. I don't know if people live very far from the embassy or they don't have easy access. Otherwise, we have people who write directly through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And that should come with a reason why you are unable to go to the embassy. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs can also write to the Ministry of Internal Affairs. However, we have been assured that you will access those letters because the embassy is there. So please go to the embassy, get the letters, and have us renew your passports. Now, for all Ugandans living in diaspora, someone has a concern that how is the biometric done? Currently, we don't have biometric capture for Ugandans living, for instance, here. For everyone who is in a country that does not have a passport enrollment center, you send us your photo, you make sure you have signed properly on your forms, send us a biodata page of your passport, your national ID. For the case of the minors, send us a copy of the birth certificate of the minor, and we process a NANA-PIA. We call that a NANA-PIA application. So it has no problem. Please don't worry that my passport is not valid without my fingerprints, because in our system, we state that this person is living out of the country. Also, for those who have acquired the paper-based East African passports, the ones that we rolled out 2018, and they don't have the polycarbonate, I must emphasize that your passport remains valid until it expires. So no one should tell you that the passport you're holding is not valid. There is a new version, run for it. No. Your passport is very valid until it expires. I thank you so much again for the great opportunity. Thank you, Ambassador, once again for inviting us, for God and my country.
Give her another